What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Banks, coming at you live, episode 3 of a trade recap and why we took puts on SPY on Friday and absolutely killed it to the downside while everyone else was going long. Now, before I get into the video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of this educational content I put out on a daily basis to make you a profitable trader. Now, let me go ahead and share my screen. So you guys, these are live trades that are taken within the group. You can even see for SPY, we broke the upside yesterday out of this range. Now looking for a break to the downside today, with yesterday being the liquidity grab they needed to send us into 510, 508. So even gave the game plan before the move even happened, right? So gave the game plan before the move even happened. Went in and SPY 513 for the bear flag. And as you can see, absolutely killed it. Ended up 200% banger fully out of the trade. You can see we absolutely killed it there. But you guys came for the trade recap, and that is what I'm here for. So why did I take SPY puts on Friday while everyone else was going long? What was I seeing? This is a great question, and I want everyone to fully understand why I was looking to the short side instead of trying to buy a bounce, right? So if we go to the larger time frames, right, we know that we had this kind of demand, right? Below the lowest level into this demand, if we go to the daily, is going to be that 508, right? Below 508, we'll break this entire market structure of the upside of this bullish trend. This would complete that change of character or market structure shift into to the downside, right? We really need to hold this 508. If we go down now to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we are moving sideways, right? We are moving sideways, but we are also creating lower highs and lower lows, right? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? We're creating a nice bearish trend, right? Because if we know bull trend is higher highs, higher lows, and a bearish trend is going to be lower lows and lower highs, right? The basic, simple structure of what a bullish trend is and what a bearish trend is, right? Textbook structure. We are in a textbook structure of a bearish trend for right now, coming in after those highs, right? Overall, we're technically still in a bullish trend, but if we go and zoom in a little bit more on this on the hourly time frames, we can see that since the all-time high was hit, we've now entered into a bearish trend. So we could easily draw a trend line here. We could see we have a bearish trend going on. Now on Thursday was an interesting day because we had a nice squeeze, which the team also caught as well. But we had a nice squeeze on Thursday. Now, I think for most retail traders or for most traders, they thought, oh, bull market back, we're going straight to all-time highs. But if you took a step back and looked at the bigger picture, you would have saw that we're still in this bearish trend, right? We're in a bearish trend. We're in lower highs. Yes, we squeezed from that bottom of that demand at that 512, but we created a lower high. So if we're on this trend down, we have our nice trend right here. Even with the squeeze, we created that lower high. And if we look left right here, we have this nice big area of supply, right? Nice big area of supply. We entered and we rejected, right? We had this nice little imbalance in efficiency where we have lots of sellers still in. We came up and we rejected into the close on Thursday. Now, one way I would have saw if we're going to remain bullish was going to be if we came back into demand. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, we had this nice little range or balance, right? Because the market creates imbalances into balances. We had a nice little balance or range, a micro range, right? Right here that we broke out of and squeezed on Thursday. So now that we know we have a nice range or supply up here, we have a nice now demand right here, right? Because we broke out of it to the upside. This should act as demand. This acted as supply, right? We broke down, we came back up, we sold off. This acted as supply, which it held perfectly. Now, if we wanted to be bullish on Friday, what did we need to hold? Well, we needed to hold this structure right here, right? We needed to hold this balance, which would have been that demand. We should have came down, held above, right? Held into this demand. And then if we held that, I definitely want to be looking more for the upside trade versus a downside. But you can see by Friday morning, I'll kind of go down to the 30-minute, we already moved past that area of demand, right? The area that we broke out of, where we that range, or it should have been demand, we couldn't even hold into open, right? I mean, it was already sold off into open, already broke through that area of demand that we should have held. We did not hold that. So for me, looking at this, sellers are in control. There is nothing bullish going into Friday, right? There was nothing bullish going into Friday. Why again? We came right into the supply, we rejected, and we opened up below where we should have held. So I'll go ahead and draw this right here. We should have held this structure right here, right? This little demand that we broke out of, right? You can see little bounce, push out. We came back, we held our support, we pushed through, supply, and then we pushed through, came into this supply up here, and came right back down. So we should have held this area right here as demand. But before open, we already broke below it. So that's showing me that an area of demand that should have held was already, already eliminated. There was no demand there. Sellers already took control before the market even opened. And now at open, we came up, we rejected into that supply already and started already pushing back down into this 512 area. So now you guys can see that, you know, sellers are in control. Even with that squeeze yesterday, to me, that looked like, okay, we're going to grab some liquidity from this inefficiency. Because what is this? This is all sellers, right? Um, these are all sellers up here, right? Sellers orders. Sellers came in, took control, pushed us right back down. They grabbed that liquidity from the upside um, to push us into that 510, 508 area, which is what I gave to the group. Now, to take the puts here, we had this nice little bear flag coming back into some intraday supply here. Took the puts on the bear flag, printed to the downside for over 200%. So I hope that everybody understands, I'll go through it one more time very quickly. It's a simple supply and demand, understanding the market structure. What is the market structure that we're in? Well, yes, if we zoom all the way out, we're technically still in a bullish market structure until we break below 508. But if we zoom down, we have been in a bearish trend, right? In a pullback. This pullback is happening. It is bearish. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And then let's go to Thursday. What happened on Thursday? Well, we know we have these spots of balance, right? Spots of balance. So we have balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance. It's a balance between buyers and sellers, and somebody will win. Here, sellers won to the downside. We had balance, and then we had buyers buy it back up to the upside, right? So we have this should now be supply once we sold through. This should now act as demand since we pushed up. But since we came up, this did act as supply. We grabbed some sellers up here, some liquidation, right? Some liquidity, pushed us back below. And now before market open, we already pushed below where we really needed to hold, right? We really needed to hold above this demand, or at least into this imbalance right here. Could not do it. Push below. We came up, rejected, this kind of demand supply right here at open, pushing us even further down to that bottom of that range at around 512. You can see we bounced, balance, held that bounce at 512, pretty major level. And then we took puts on this bear flag right here. Now I did try puts right here. I was a little bit early. I thought we'd kind of reject that 513 and head lower. All good. These puts went over 100%. And then we took puts again on this bear flag to the upside, right? As you guys can see, right? Bear flag, last trade. Gave the game plan. This is why I took this trade into that 510, 508 area. We ended at 509. Sue me. We didn't get it to 508, but we came very close, right? In between that 510, 508 area. But yeah, this was a simple, again, supply demand. Understand, who's in control. Let's make trading simple. don't overcomplicate it. Who is in control? If you understand your supply and demand zones, you understand your big support resistance levels, and then understand how that action is playing out. Who is winning at these big levels? If we have an area where it's supposed to be demand and sellers are overtaking it, more than likely we're going to that's going to become supply. We're going to head lower. Likewise, on the opposite side, if there's an area acting should be a supply zone, buyers overtake it, then that should probably act as demand now because buyers are now in control. So trading is simple. It is complicated mentally, but it is simple. Who is in control? Who is winning? Is it more buyers and sellers? We're going to go up. If it's more sellers and buyers, we're going to go down. So higher time frames, finer supply and demand zones, balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, right? Very simple to see. Uh, don't overcomplicate it, right? Balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, inefficiencies, right? Imbalance, right? So find your supply and demand zones, know what type of market structure you're in, understand the macro market structure and understand the micro market structure. Yes, overall, we are in a bullish trend, but on this pullback, we are in a bearish trend. So understand these zones. Understand, if we're not holding it, more than likely we're going to sell through. If we are holding it, we're going to head up. Um, that was it. That was the trade. Congrats to the team. I know they've been absolutely killing it this last week. So congrats to everybody. If you guys want to learn more, drop your questions in the comment section. I will get back to you. I'll end it on this, guys. I believe in all of you. Give it time. Stay patient. Your time is coming if you're struggling. Hope these videos help you. Again, drop comments if you have them, like and share to help spread the education. I love you guys. Believe in you. Believe in yourselves. Again, my name is Mr. Banks. I'll see you on the next episode.